When I was about your age, around 15, something happened with me that changed my life. I was diagnosed with epilepsy. In simple terms, it's when the brain experiences sudden, overwhelming surge of electrical activity. It shuts down completely, it reboots, and the body can lose control. It felt like an unpredictable power cut at the center of my own life. So while most teenagers were worrying about exams, friendships, or fitting in, I was worrying about seizures, medication, and whether my brain would cooperate with me that day. Living through this experience made me realize something very early in life. When your brain isn't working properly, your whole life gets disrupted. Because your brain isn't just an organ. It's responsible for how you think, how you feel, how you make decisions, and how you live your life. My treatment was supposed to last 3 years, but during the year I was meant to stop, my mother passed away. So the treatment continued for years. Today, I can say I've been off medication for more than 10 years. But that experience, that feeling that my own brain is a mystery, sent me on a search. I needed to understand what my brain is responsible for, how does it work, how to keep it healthy, and what slowly pushes it towards dysfunction. Because if I understood the brain, I could protect its power. And I knew my life depended on it. So in 2019, I began my BA in psychology. And for the first time, I was learning the language of the brain itself. But as I was learning it, the whole world changed. COVID-19 hit, and overnight, life didn't just move online, it exploded there. Zoom classrooms, TikTok lives, virtual hangouts, our education, our social life, our realities were rebuilt in cyberspace. And nobody handed us a manual. I didn't receive one. Did you? There was no warning. We just moved in. And somehow, staring at screens for hours every single day became completely normal. But what seemed normal on the surface was changing something fundamental inside us. Our ability to choose was quietly being outsourced. And this doesn't happen all at once. It begins early and it grows with us. What starts as small outsourced choices in childhood can become outsourced thinking in adulthood. So let me tell you about the world we live in today. A world where toddlers, kids, once explored their environment by touching, tasting, falling, and getting back up. But now you see them replace that curiosity with a screen that keeps them still. As they grow into a preteen, algorithms begin choosing what to show them, what to value, what to believe in, long before their identity got the chance to form. By the time they reach their teens, their identity has already been shaped by the digital world. And then life hit. Loss, failure, uncertainty, and the silence is terrifying. Because no algorithm can tell them who they really are or what they stand for. So when we ask them, what do you want to become? They look outward instead of inward, because they never learned how to sit with themselves, trust their own understanding, and decide. Today, this process has reached a new level. These systems don't just influence what you see, They can influence what you write, what you say, what you think through generative AI. And that world we live in today became my wake-up call. It pulled me all the way to the UK to study cyberpsychology. There, I learned the psychology of social media, online gaming, virtual reality, social robots, and generative AI. And the more I learned, the clearer it became. I wasn't asking, is social media bad or are online games addictive? I was asking something deeper. What brain functions are we quietly handing over? We stand at a crossroad. For the first time, our brain is not only shaped by family, school, and culture, but also by powerful digital environments that follow us everywhere. And allow me to share with you a basic scientific fact. Most people think that the human brain fully develops in childhood. It doesn't. The human brain continues developing until the age of 25, and even newer research suggests into early 30s. So this period, your period, is when your brain is building its strongest muscles. Think of your brain like a set of mental muscles. There is a muscle for judgment and decision-making, a muscle for emotions and self-image, and one for attention and memory. And just like physical muscles, they only grow stronger if you use them. Now here's what some digital tools do. They don't destroy these muscles. Instead, they start doing the work for them. Nothing breaks, nothing hurts, but something doesn't grow. And here's where I want to give you a new perspective. Again, everyone is talking about social media and online gaming addiction, about attention spans getting shorter. But the core risk lies somewhere else. What happens to a developing human mind when thinking, remembering, deciding, and even feeling are slowly outsourced? These are all part of your intelligence. See, intelligence isn't just getting good grades. It's your ability to think for yourself, to judge, to choose, to question. And you need intelligence to live a life of happiness, success, and health. Having said this, let's go back to generative AI. Gen AI is one of the most advanced technological tools in today's shift. It is powerful, it is impressive, and it can be helpful. But it should be used as a thinking partner and not as a thinking replacement. Because if you substitute your thinking and give it away, that part of your brain doesn't grow. And if your intelligence doesn't grow, you become more dependent, easier to influence, and more comfortable letting something else choose for you. That's why the danger isn't AI replacing intelligence. The real danger is intelligence never fully developing. This isn't about fear, and it isn't about villains. Technology holds extraordinary promise, but progress without awareness isn't progress, it's drift. At 15, epilepsy took control of my brain, but I worked hard with my environment and my mind to rebuild its power. Today, you have that same choice to consciously shape your brain in a world designed to think for you. Because no system should grow smarter by making the human mind smaller. Technology will keep evolving, But the question that will follow you longer is this: who was shaping your mind while it did? And the most important part, you still get to choose. So please, don't take your brain for granted. Protect the builder, protect your brain. Thank you. Thank you.